What's up, you guys? It's Ben, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about everything there is relating to selling on Amazon. So for today's video, I wanted to do something different, something that I don't see many people are doing, and that is basically giving you a day in a life of a seven-figure seller. This is what a lot of you guys that are trying to sell on Amazon want to hopefully one day achieve, where you ideally work for yourself. You don't have to work for anybody else. You're working for yourself. You are your own boss. Well, in today's video, I wanted to give you a little bit of an insight into my life. What do I do on a day-to-day basis, and how passive this income source is, and how glamorous it is. Am I just driving Lamborghinis every day and not doing much, or is it a lot of work day in and day out? So hopefully by the end of the video, you're going to get a much better understanding of what it's really like to be an Amazon seller, how much work is actually involved, and what do you actually get to do on a day-to-day basis. So first things first, when does my working day actually start? Do I get to sleep in as much as I can and effectively start around 10, 11? Well, no. Because Amazon FBA has a lot to do with speaking with your Chinese suppliers, my working day actually starts at 1 o'clock in the morning. This is 9 a.m. for our Chinese suppliers, which means that I have to actually speak to them on their time zone. And the reason why I do that is because they respond to you much, much faster, and you get things done much quicker as well. Now, in the very beginning, this may not be applicable to you because a lot of suppliers, when you're speaking just about buying new products, will be willing to stay after hours. However, the earlier you can start speaking to them in the morning, the more responses you're going to get, and the better your success rate is going to be at getting the best possible price, and more importantly, getting the product as quickly as possible, getting it sorted, getting it ordered, paid for, delivered. Okay, I've realized that my work efficiency has gone through the roof, especially when I start off early in the morning and work on their time zone as opposed to my own. And for today, I actually spoke to one of my suppliers about a very big issue. Basically, what has happened is I was ordering a product, and the first order for this product went directly into the Amazon FBA warehouse. This is before all of the inventory restrictions that came by, and all of the inventory went from China straight into Amazon. The second part of the inventory, the second shipments, came into my warehouse, into my own private warehouse, where I then sent off some of the units here and there into Amazon as the inventory restrictions were eased. Now, on the third one, the supplier basically asked me, is the address going to be the same? I was under the assumption that, and I said yes, and I was under the assumption that basically he meant it was the second address, it was the latest order, i.e. to my own warehouse. Well, what he actually meant was, is it into the Amazon FBA warehouse? That was the address that they put on the shipping cartons. So now effectively I am dealing with a big issue, because 100 cartons, 100 boxes, 10 units in each box has currently arrived into Amazon's FBA warehouse with no shipment labels, with nothing at all, nothing booked in at all. So effectively those have been delivered, and I actually have no idea on who's going to pick it up, whether or not they're going to be checked in, and what's actually going to happen with these particular products. So today, basically at 1 o'clock in the morning, I was speaking to my supplier to try and change the delivery address before all of the boxes get delivered, because right now around half of them have been delivered to Amazon and nothing has happened. And because there's no booking, there's no nothing, Amazon can't actually locate the inventory, obviously. So I've been trying to speak to my suppliers to at least change the address for the other half of the products, and therefore get them sent into my warehouse. So at least if some inventory is lost, not all of it's lost. And for the inventory that's lost later on down the line, I'm either going to have to claim that back from Alibaba and ask for a partial refund, or potentially get the supplier to send me additional units on my next order. This is one of just the few headaches that I'm currently dealing with at the moment. So for any of you guys that are just starting off on Amazon and you're already having problems, you're already having issues, this is going to continue over and over again. I haven't spoken to my suppliers, and now realizing that a lot of them will actually be out of work, given that they finish work around 10 o'clock. The next thing I'm going to do is check over everything on Amazon. I'm actually going to look into all of the advertising campaigns and see how well they're doing. That I usually do around once a week. I'm also going to be responding to any comments or any emails at the moment from all of my students, which does take quite some time, especially if those emails are to do with product research, speaking to suppliers, and they require quite a lot of information. So I will spend at least half an hour to an hour answering those. And then I just got notified that quite a few boxes have come into the warehouse. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually go to the warehouse, calculate how many boxes are there, what exactly has arrived, put them into the warehouse, and then decide if any of those boxes are going to have to be shipped into the Amazon FBA warehouse. After answering all the emails from my students and before we head out to the warehouse, I also wanted to check on to the sales, how well they're doing, which products are selling at the moment, and if there are any price changes that I should be doing. This should be done almost on a daily basis because so many changes happen on Amazon all the time. You need to check where your products are ranked, where are they listed at the moment, are there any issues with the listing, and so on and so forth. Also, if you have a look, Sarah at the moment is currently she's now speaking to suppliers and also product researching at the moment on a new product because we do have quite a lot of cash at the moment given that there's been Chinese New Year. We just finished it off. So we're working on getting more and more products to come into UK. Also, given the fact that the business is currently growing at a pretty fast rate, we do look for extra help. And what Sarah has been doing is helping and teaching one of our new virtual assistants to help with speaking to suppliers. Like I said before, we've got quite a lot of money on hand at the moment and we want to bring in as many products as possible. And the biggest difficulty that we're currently facing isn't actually running our day-to-day business, it's actually growing the business at a faster rate than it should. Because the last thing we want to do is be sitting on a lot of cash, not doing anything in the bank account, earning 0.01% of interest at the moment. So with everything now done, we're going to go into the warehouse and actually see what has arrived. So now we've arrived here and let's have a look at how many boxes actually arrived. And I actually have got no idea what has arrived, given that we have so many shipments coming in at the moment. And
that's a lot of boxes.
Yeah, how many is it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's 18, 19, 20, 21 boxes. And yeah, I want to have a look actually as to what came in. I'm hopeful of one product that has been actually out of stock for over a month now. Okay, cool. So what actually turns out is that we actually have 2 different products that arrived both at the same time. So the frustrating thing is that all of the boxes look identical. Therefore, what we're going to have to do is open up each and every single one and make sure we label them correctly, i.e. put the words in and name them of what they actually are. And we don't have to actually count them up because we know all the boxes are the same, but it's actually going to be a little bit of work. So I'm going to get straight to it.
Oh, well done.
It fit! Let's go. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to count up each and every single box, or at least count up how many units we all have, and then we're going to label them, because in the warehouse we need to make sure, because all the boxes look identical, therefore we need to know how much is in each and every single box. After that, I'm going to have to look at the inventory that we have on Amazon at the moment and decide how many units we need to send from this warehouse here into Amazon. So with all the inventory counted up, we realize we're missing one box, so I'm going to have to come back home now and speak to the supplier to see if DPD is actually going to deliver one more box, is it on the way, or has it been lost. These are the things that happen to us all the time, which is why it's really important to make sure you reconciliate how much inventory has actually come into the warehouse on opposite to how much inventory has actually been sent out from China. Now let's go back home. Monday, I think we have another 30 boxes coming in. So we're going to have to do this all over again. And later on today, or probably on Monday as well, we're going to have to make some shipments, i.e. print off some shipping labels, schedule a UPS collection, and then actually bring them over here and stick on every single one of those labels so they can go from UPS into the Amazon FBA warehouses. That is exactly, show them where exactly it gets picked up.
Right
there. And the UPS driver comes in. That's exactly what I have to do. Unload everything into the By now you know. Here is our missing box.
Oh yeah. See ya.
So now we're going to walk back home, and this is the privilege of actually having a nearby warehouse. We get to walk to it each and every single day. It gives us a little bit something to do. It gives us a bit of exercise as well. The plan now is to go back home, speak to suppliers about some of the missing boxes, see.
We don't have a missing box. We've got 13,
we still
right?
have one more box to miss. I
Okay.
think we're going to double check how much has actually come in, and then we're going to have to talk to other suppliers to find out where are all the other boxes, because something that I learned over the years is that you have to chase the suppliers to see where are the shipments, how long they're going to take, when are they going to come in. Then we're going to have to go to do the vaccine for me and for you today. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff to do that we're going to get into a little bit further. So we just came back from the warehouse, and before we go and get our vaccines done, which is going to be in about half an hour, I still have a little bit of time. So as a result of that, I'm going to schedule a quick collection for UPS. Now, obviously, it's past 11 o'clock, so the collection is going to happen at Monday at 9 o'clock. This is where I'm going to send some of the boxes that I need to send to the Amazon FBA warehouses, because one of the items that have just arrived is currently very, very low in stock on Amazon. So what I'm going to have to do is, if you can see here, I'm scheduling a collection at the moment, and instead of them getting to my house, they're going to literally, it's very, very nice and efficient. All I need to do now is go into the warehouse again later on. I will put some of those boxes out in front like I showed you, stick on the barcode labels, all the shipment labels and stuff, and on Monday I don't even have to be there. The delivery driver is going to come in. I have spoken to him before, and he literally just picks up all the boxes, scans them in, and that's it. I don't actually have to be at the warehouse waiting for him to come and pick everything up, which is really, really convenient and makes my life a little bit easier. So now, as a break from Amazon, well, not exactly a great break, we're actually going to go 5 minutes down the road to get our vaccines. Now, I know most of the people that are getting vaccines at the moment are actually 50 and over, from what I know, but I believe we may be able to get a vaccine because Sarah is diabetic and therefore she's a high risk, and I am her unpaid carer. So hopefully we both can get vaccines, the first shot of vaccines, and then the second shot of vaccines I think is going to be around the beginning of June. So by the second shot of vaccines, hopefully by then we'll be able to travel and go outside of UK, which is what we both wanted for a long time.
Yeah, but hold up, is that the queue?
We just need to now figure out where the hell is the vaccine.
We're literally not going to make it for our vaccine. Okay, hold on, I see a little sign there. Vaccination centre car.
Do I need to put a mask to just speak to them?
I don't know.
I wonder if it's going to hurt. I wonder which one we're getting. Is it the AstraZeneca or the Pfizer one? I don't even know the difference between the two.
Either. Alright, let's go because we need to run.
Pretty...
Where is it? Is it here?
Yeah. Well, we now have to go and speak to them. Sorry. So we just got our vaccinations. My shoulder seems to be hurting a little bit already. It was an interesting experience, to be completely honest, because it does seem like a lot of people don't really know what they're doing. It was a bit of a manic. But we got it done in the end. The queue wasn't that big. I think we're now leaving, 1:37. So the times that you book in don't really matter, because we were worried that we're going to be late. Obviously, we're not late. And yeah, hopefully this is the path that we need to take to hopefully soon be able to travel again.
I just had a notification that someone else just bought a mentorship, by the way.
Really?
It just came on my phone.
That's good. Yeah. Wonderful. So yeah, that needs to be checked out as well and sent off the welcome emails and asked questions and all that. And then yeah, it's a busy day, to be completely honest. It's not as, hopefully guys by now you know that, you know, it's not as passive as you may think. In the very beginning it's relatively quiet and easy, but later on it does pick up, it does get busier, and with more products there's more headaches, there's more work, there's more everything, to be honest. And this is the point that we're at the moment, where
There's just two of us.
Actually,
just the two of us.
Exactly. It's just the two of us doing quite a lot, having a lot of hats on our shoulders, so to speak. The accountant's hat, the
I think it's hats on your head.
hats on your head, not your
Or
shoulders.
shoulders.
Yes. But this is where we need to do the accounts, we need to do the inventory management, product research, speaking to suppliers. Just the list goes on and on and on and on. And yes, Amazon does make things a little bit easier by, you know, fulfilling the orders all by themselves. But with 40 products by now, there's still a lot of work to be done every single day, and there's a lot of monitoring to be done as well, because I check through advertising campaigns, Sarah speaks to suppliers, I speak to suppliers on different issues as well. So yeah, so hopefully this guys gives you a little bit better understanding as to what it's really like running a Amazon business. It is effectively a full-time job for two people at the very least right now, and soon hopefully it will be a full-time job for more than two people. Right guys, so we just came back from getting the vaccine, and I apparently now have an hour until my first student call. So what I decided to do is quickly have some lunch, check over the Amazon shipments again to make sure that all and everything has been reconciled effectively, because now I know what has arrived and what's still supposed to arrive. So I'll make sure to update those spreadsheets, and then I'm actually going to send out my welcome email to the new student that literally just signed up to the mentorship. Now it actually is 1 week's mentorship, but I will still help him as much as I possibly can, because I know how many of you want to start selling on Amazon as quickly as possible. With that being said, the next thing we're going to do after that is have the call, and then after the call I'm going to back into the warehouse and stick on the barcodes, the labels, the shipment labels effectively on some of the boxes that are going to be picked up tomorrow morning.
Yeah, not too shabby, man. Not too shabby.
Nice.
Considering, you know, current times and everything.
No, absolutely. It's always nice to put a face to a name so I actually know who I'm talking to. So I just finished my call with one of the students, and now all the answers have been also emailed. I also had a chance of speaking to my suppliers about the mess up with one of the shipments at the moment, and I was able to reconcile everything that has come in so far into the warehouse. What me and Sarah now have to do is actually go back into the warehouse and stick on some of the UPS labels that are printed off, and make sure that they get into the bays so UPS driver knows exactly what to pick up when he arrives on Monday morning. So what do we do on a Friday afternoon? Do we see our friends? Do we go out for coffees? Do we go clubbing?
I mean, I don't think anyone's doing anything at the moment since it's
We're
COVID.
sticking on UPS labels. So now that we've come back from the warehouse, I've checked everything, and it seems like there's nothing else to do on Amazon for today. Today actually has been a relatively busy day with me dealing with suppliers at the moment, with the current supply issues that we have, chasing all of those suppliers that we have at the moment and finding out where the products actually are. Sarah was busy training up our virtual assistant to help us out with speaking to suppliers, and she was also product researching to bring out more products in 2021, hopefully by summer. And also with that, we also went to get the vaccines. We came back, we went to UPS and had to stick on the labels to make sure that the products were going to be sent off to Amazon on time and correctly. And now we've come back. Now, it is the end of the video. However, that being said, it's actually not the end of the day. What I'm going to be spending time on now is actually going to look through the stock market, what's been going on there, with some of my stocks actually dropping down in value quite substantially. Some of the reasons I know why, some of them I don't. So I'm going to spend probably about an hour or two dealing with that and see what I can do, what money can I invest, and kind of see what my next moves are going to be. And for those of you guys that do want to know what I do exactly for relaxation, or kind of to relieve the stress of Amazon, of stock market and everything else, you probably already know what this is. And my favorite game is right here. Some of you will know, most of you will probably don't, but that's exactly what I like to do when I do have some free time. So with that being said, guys, I really hope you guys found this video enjoyable. Hope you learned something, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.